Hello and welcome to a new Toledo Lake Erie and Western Railway and Museum YouTube video. Slightly different format today. We're going to do something a little more long form with some of our volunteer members. Many of you know me, I'm Durrell, and I would like to take the chance to introduce some of our other volunteers.
Yes, I'm Kurt Harris, and this is about the third year with the TLEW. I'm just kind of a general utility person. Limited knowledge on trains, but I have a good, strong mechanical background, and I'm learning a lot each day.
I'm Sawyer. This is my first year as volunteer. I come from a background of loving trains. I've always loved trains, and I had to do something this summer, so I said, you know what, I'm going to come volunteer. And I have done a lot of maintenance of way work, so track work or clearing brush, and then I also have helped with the mechanic side.
I'm Mike. I mainly help with the track work. Do a little work on 5109 when I get the chance. Yeah.
So there's never a shortage of things to work on out here at the railroad. A lot of people think that railroading is just all about trains, but when you start to dig into it, there's actually a lot more that's involved. There are several different skill sets. There's carpentry, there's electricians, there's machinists and mechanics. And even though those are things that you see more in a formal professional railroad, those are also things that are very vital in a historical railroad setting as well. So it's always a thing that it's always something that we're looking for, fostering those skills, people that have those kind of skills to come out if they're interested in volunteering, and that's always one of the things that we're looking for. There's always something to do on the railroad, and your skill set will fit in out here along the way. One of the things that we'd also like to do in this video is discuss some of the milestones and some of the work that we have been doing, some of the things that are behind the scenes, and some of the things that are out in front in the public view. If you've been following along with our Facebook page and you're following along with our YouTube channel, you've seen where we've been doing track work. We've been doing work to the locomotive 5109 by removing the combo, the axle combo with the traction motor and the bearing, and sending it away and then bringing it back and having it reinstalled. You've seen that we've been doing some projects with the Lucas County Engineers Office with our Patton Road renewal, but there are also a lot of other things that we've been doing. And things behind the scene that you may not see, like I had mentioned earlier. One of those things is the introduction of a new website this year that launched in March. For those of us here, part of this discussion, I would like to ask, have you used the new website? What do you think of it? And give me some thoughts and feedback.
I'll start off. Since the new website's launched, it's been a lot more easy to navigate, and then it's also been, in my opinion, a lot more informative and easy to get to that knowledge. It's not digging through and trying to find the link in the mess. It's, oh, here's a link to the next page I'm going to read. And it's just easy to go from next to next to next and get whatever info you need.
What do you think, Michael?
I like the website because it's got a lot more knowledge about our equipment, and we can read about our equipment and learn more about it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kurt?
I like the productions that as we mature, I think our production work is actually growing with us. I think it's very well done. Learning a lot from
Fantastic.
the information.
One of the other things that goes along with the technology step where we've introduced the new website, the members portal. We have information that's available directly to the membership that's not necessarily in view to the public, but a lot of that information does blend back and forth. We've also introduced some new technology at the motorcar ride where we've added PayPal. We have a PayPal link on our website. If anyone would like to donate through the website directly, they can do that. But with our PayPal point of service or point of sale system, we can now actually take credit and debit cards at the motor car, which is a giant technological leap forward for the organization. Because a lot of folks don't carry cash these days, so everything's done with a credit card, and we now have the availability to accommodate those folks for passenger rides as well. So that's a technology leap forward that a lot of people don't necessarily see. One of the other things that we've done, that we've moved forward, a giant leap forward in our preservation, has been the completion to this point of the Wabash 553 flat car. And all four of us have been directly involved in helping with that project, you know, installing the new decking boards and getting the car ready for paint and getting it ready for this, you know, upcoming, the stencils will be the next part, but we've had a lot of volunteer participation and cooperation in moving those projects forward in restoration and preservation as well. So you can see videos of that on YouTube as well. You can follow along with that process, and we have charted those different milestones along the line in Facebook also. We've done some updates to our phone system, which is a pretty big leap of technology for this organization as well. We now have a cloud-based phone system, so if anyone wants to call the railroad's main number, the computer will route your call to an appropriate phone tree. You can select the different options for information. It talks about the membership opportunities. It talks about the organization in general. It gives you the location of the motorcar ride and ticket prices and things of that nature. So that's a very, very positive step forward as well. I think that's going to pay a lot of dividends in the future.
Oh yeah.
We've been working on a lot of the equipment here on property as well. Some of the items that have been donated to us for maintenance equipment that have been needing some serious attention. These fine two young gentlemen on the end here spearheaded getting the skid steer that we have languishing out in the weeds. We brought it back in the building, and if you guys would like to talk about some of the projects that you were working on with that to get it going.
So we started with dragging it into the car barn so that way we could be undercover. It's not out in the sun, not out in the rain. And we've had to put some new wiring in it. We've had to put new filters, do oil changes, and not going to say it was easy, but it wasn't the hardest thing. And I've definitely learned a few things along the way.
Yeah, it was a fun project getting that thing towed into the car barn.
Yeah.
But even though one of the sides was locked up, we were able to drag it in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
And that'll go into moving ties for later, so that way we can start putting some more ties back in.
That is going to come in very handy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Being able to use that machine for moving material and getting in and out of some tighter spaces with a lot more ease and capability than the big old backhoe or clunky other equipment like that. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a big benefit. One of the other pieces of equipment that's here on property that we've been working on recently, one of our other members who's not here today has been working on the tie handler that's in the background there. And we've started working on getting it functional. So we will have another piece of machinery for handling ties when we go out to start working more in our phase one plan of installing more cross ties in the entire main line and making sure that things are safe for passenger operation in the future. So more equipment means less severe punishment on our volunteers down the road. It can be backbreaking work, but it's very rewarding along the line.
Oh yeah.
It also means it can go faster.
Yes.
Go faster.
Yep.
Let's see. So one of the other things, and we've talked about it a little bit, is our YouTube presence and our Facebook presence.
Yeah.
That is something that's kind of new for TLEW. We have a focused presence. We're working on targeting specific audiences and bringing people up to speed with what we're doing. And I think that's a very vital opportunity. You know, we have 10 miles of track in the middle of Northwest Ohio, and a lot of other groups don't have the opportunities that we have. So it's important that we talk to people and let them know we're here, and we give them an opportunity to see what's going on as we're all volunteering.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very great thing as well. The last big thing that's probably on the list of things that we've done so far in 2026 is the Patton Road crossing project renewal. And that was a major, major project for this organization. If anyone hasn't been out there to see it lately, I strongly encourage you go just drive across the road crossing and check it out. But we were able to complete a pretty big project in the course of about 5 days. With the paving contractors, I think day number 6 was when they applied the finished road crossing surface or the road surface. But that was a big job.
A lot of man hours in that
yeah,
job.
a lot of man hours.
Long days.
Yep.
And a very, very grateful. I'm very grateful to the dedicated volunteers who came out to help. And so because of that big project and all of us worked on that project, I will once again ask you guys, what were some of your favorite parts of doing that project?
Favorite or challenging?
Both.
Yeah, geez. The excavation of the old tracks, getting everything out of there, the old rails, and leveling the ground for the new ties, and it was just all a challenge, a lot of work. Learned a lot there.
What do you think, Sawyer?
Feel like for me, it was a lot of new territory that I hadn't been in, so I was learning a lot as we went. Think it was the first time I was using air equipment, and that was a challenge to figure out how to not bend the spike over with the jackhammer.
Right.
But even though it was hard, long days, I had fun sitting there just picking apart the road.
What do you think, Michael?
I had a blast. It was fun. I got to use power tools I don't normally get to use. It was always fun to use antique power tools.
Exactly. So, and that was kind of one of the things too, where back in the day, all those guys would have done all that spiking by hand.
Yeah.
And I'm not up to that challenge anymore. So I'm kind of glad that we do have the air tools to help,
Yeah.
because it did make things a lot smoother.
And
Oh, yeah.
the couple that we did hand spike, just mesmerizing when you get good to watch people do it.
So I will open this up to you guys too on a kind of a week to week or daily basis. Not really daily basis because we're not here every day of the week, but from a week to week standpoint, what do you think about how the work that we do is progressing the organization? Do what does it look like from your perspective on a Saturday or Sunday when you come out to volunteer? What are the things that you guys get into?
I think I'm getting a little more familiar with the whole workload and how to approach it, how to process it. A little more comfortable coming into a work day and knowing how to start, how I can be most helpful. And
Feel like I enjoy it because most days you're not doing the same thing, or from week to week, it's going to be a different thing. Like 1 week, we're sitting there helping out with putting the combo under 5109, and literally the next week, we're tearing out the crossing.
a lot of
So-
variety.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of variety. And with that variety, I'm learning more, and I enjoy it because it's not kind of like desk job. It's just same thing day after day. It's not like that. It's one day you're working on the equipment, one day you're working on track work, one day you're just clearing trees. And it makes it a lot more fun and a lot more to learn, like I said.
Right. What do you see, Michael?
Oh, well, it's fun. We all come out and we tear up the tracks. We put new tracks in. So it's fun.
Working on track. I'm
I
a track
love it.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm
Me
a track
too.
guy, so
Yeah.
that's what I do for a living anyways. And so working on the track, putting ties in and fixing stuff like that is kind of right up my alley. So sorry, YouTube, my volunteers are a little biased because we
Yeah.
all enjoy doing track work.
Yeah.
But it's not like you have to do track work. You can come out and you can work on the equipment. There's equipment that needs work done
Yeah. Plenty of it.
that, whether it be, it's not directly vital to what we need at this very moment, but it's going to save us time later. If you come and help out, that's going to save us time in the long run. Or, like Michael, you come out mostly for track.
Yeah.
And you don't have to come out every week and do anything. It's, you can pick and choose a little bit.
That's there's definitely a degree of flexibility.
Yeah.
You're not strapped to any specific thing. Whatever time you can donate is precious and valuable, and the organization appreciates that. So, like you said, we're maybe one week we're cutting brush or high railing the line to clean and clear for a motor car rally, or the next week we're putting ties in and fixing a switch, or we're working on the phase one to put track ties under the roadbed so we can get back to operating, or we're working on the locomotive. There's just so many different things that we're jumping around, and we're doing maintenance here at our Sailor Lane property on, keeping the grass cut and working
There's a
on
lot
the
of it.
equipment here. Yeah, there's a lot of grass here that needs to be cut. So, even if maybe that's what you like to do, just get on a lawnmower and ride around for a couple hours and have some solitude by yourself with your earbuds or whatever. There's an opportunity there, So we've got more than enough things that we could do, and if anybody's interested, we're always looking for people to join up.
And any skill set too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Whether you're carpenter, welder, whatever. We're looking for more volunteers.
right.
Tech
exactly.
person or maybe
Yeah.
a historian.
Oh,
Motor
yeah.
car is always asking for more people to come help out.
Right.
They will love it if you come and help out, even if it's just once a month.
Right. Be a docent or a car host
Yeah.
and tell the story about our history.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the things that we'd like to talk about also is the degree of safety. As is with any railroad job, safety is paramount.
Oh yeah.
And, oh, well, you're just a museum. You're not connected to the real world or whatever. But talk to me a little bit about the presence of safety in the jobs that you guys have worked with as we're doing some of this. What do you think, what do you think are some of the good things about how we go and approach our safety?
Well, every single project we have, Durrell or whoever's in charge brings safety glasses, gloves, all the PPE that we need, so we don't have to worry about getting injured.
Feel like during the activity, that whether it be track or whatever we're doing, it is always know where your people on the ground are
Yes.
when you're in the seat, and vice versa. You gotta know what your seat is gonna do, and when I say seat, your operator in
Right.
the chair. It is important that you notify them, but at the same time, they will notify you what they're gonna do.
Yep.
And I think a lockout, tag out that we do, which is literally I'm going in the zone, hands off, and then it's just hands off until you're out of the zone or you say something needs moved. And it's incredible how easy it is to not be in danger with simple things like that.
That's a great point. Great
Yeah.
point. Red zones are everywhere, and that's one of the things that we talk about in my professional career is, getting the operator's attention and making sure there's communication before you enter the red zone. And there are red zones all around. Even if we're swinging a hammer, you don't want to watch the guy swinging a hammer with a backstroke and walk in behind him and get smacked in the head with a spike maul. So red zones are all around. So we do talk about safety when we're out there on the line working on these projects, making sure that everyone knows, like Sawyer said, where people are at, and don't make a move until you know where everyone's in the clear. Yeah, that's a great point. And we've had an opportunity to display that at Patton Road. With the use of the grapple truck and swinging rail and moving stuff around it. As I was operating, I wanted to make sure that everyone was in the clear before I spun, 34-foot sticks of rail out in the air like that. So we'll start working on wrapping this discussion up. You've all had an opportunity to work on these different projects, myself included. what has been some of your favorite projects that we've done in 2026 so far?
Think I've been, as soon as I saw the skid steer, I was super excited and wanted to get that running. And even though it's not too big of a project, I was still really excited and wanted to get that done. And out of the big monumental projects, I'd say I had a lot of fun with the road crossing.
Michael?
I had a lot of fun at the road crossing myself too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then getting the speed swing back operational and backed into the barn, that was fun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. We did get the speed swing going again.
Yeah.
Get that Detroit diesel fired up.
Oh yeah.
It's screaming. But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Kurt, what do you think?
I really liked being engaged with the 5109, taking out the traction motor. Did a lot of prep work down at getting the cables disconnected and getting everything prepared to then move the locomotive down to the Patton Road crossing, and got to see start to finish taking out the traction motor, sent it to Pennsylvania for repair, bringing it back, reinstalling it. That was one of my favorite projects,
Excellent.
being a part of that.
So the next few things that we have coming up in the end of
Not to
the...
interrupt you, but
Oh, go
how
ahead.
about you? What was your favorite?
Oh, well, that's a great question. I think probably my favorite project so far has been twofold. Getting the combo put back under 5109 was a fantastic project. It was only a one-day deal, but I was right in there with the fellows from Corman and helping them, navigate and guide that thing back in there. That was a lot of fun. And then, of course, just the seeing the completion of the Patton Road project. Knowing that I was involved in it. Well, we were all involved in it from start to finish. But the ability to see an old road crossing completely revitalized and revamped with new equipment, new material. That's a tremendous sense of accomplishment. We can all pat ourselves on the back a little bit for that one, because I think that was pretty amazing. And I like the other fact that we've gotten a lot of the equipment going.
Oh yeah.
That's super exciting too.
Yeah.
I've had my fingers in all of that stuff through the seasons, and the technology side, that's our director of technologies, Bailiwick. But working on some of this equipment, getting grease under my fingernails, and working with you guys has been awesome. And the other one that we talked about is the flat car.
Oh yeah.
I've been pretty excited about that too, because that's been a project I've been dreaming about for several years. So seeing the deck boards get put on there, and then having Rob come out and prime it and paint it, it looks 1,000 times better than I ever thought it would.
It looks brand new.
Yeah, it does. It looks really awesome. So we'll get cracking on those stencils and decals, and when we get that done, that car is going to look sharp.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. So some of the projects that we have coming for the remainder of the season, not quite as monumental as the Patton Road crossing or the combo, but we will be finishing up some of the appointments to 5109. We'll be hanging the steps and brake rigging here very soon, probably by the time this video comes out, probably within the next few days. We have a scheduled date for that, and then we'll be working on bringing the locomotive back to the consist at Yawberg Road and getting ready to fire the engine for the first time in several years. So that's going to be a big deal too, getting the locomotive prepped and getting it ready for service. I don't think we'll haul passengers this year with it, but we will be that much closer to being able to do that in 2027, and that's pretty big. That's a pretty big project. We will also have the Apple Butter Fest coming up here in Grand Rapids, which is an annual pilgrimage for some people. It's a big event, and we're happy and thrilled to be part of that as well. So we'll be working on getting all of the volunteers involved, everyone that can help with parking attendance and shuttle operations and vendor services and relations as the Apple Butter Fest comes along. So that'll be a big thing too. So, and then probably one of the smaller events and close to the end of the season will be Santa in the Caboose.
Yeah.
So families can bring their little ones out and visit with Santa Claus toward the end of November. We'll solidify those dates, and there'll be more information coming about that as well. So those are kind of the final things for the year of 2026, and then we're already starting to plan the goals for 2027, and things are moving quick, which
Oh,
is really exciting.
Yes.
Really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Any final thoughts? What would you like the world to know? Here's your platform.
I'd say, like I said, this is my first year, and even though I'm young, I have more time to commit. Any time is valued. Like, I've come out here, I wouldn't say every week, but just about every week whenever I can, and I've enjoyed a high majority of it. And the majority, or the part I haven't enjoyed is because I'm underneath of something, and I'm going, why the heck am I doing this? But then I come back the next week to do it.
Getting dirt dropped in your face.
Yeah. I mean, the first really big thing I was doing was underneath the flat car, drilling holes and putting screws in.
Yep.
That
That's
was
true.
the first big thing I was doing.
Yep. What do you think, Michael?
I think if anyone wants to come join us and volunteer, we're looking for volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
If you have skills, no skills,
No skills.
we'll take anybody.
We'll teach you.
Yeah, we'll teach
you
you.
what you need to know.
A hand to help is a hand to help.
That's right.
Yeah, if you think you can help us, come join us.
What do you think, Mr. Kurt?
Just looking forward to completing some of these projects. The 5109, I'd like to get that fired up and see how that's running. Getting the windows replaced in the coach cars and things
Yeah.
like that. The seats in the coach cars. A lot of things just waiting to be done
Yep. Excellent.
in our spare time.
In our spare time. Exactly. In our spare time. Well, I think that's pretty much everything that I can think of at the moment. So, as always, thanks for watching these videos. We really appreciate it. And do us a favor. It won't cost you a dime, but give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. Thanks for watching these videos, as I've said before, and watch for more TLEW progress in the future. Visit our website, tlew.org, for more information. Thanks.